Good evening, guys. How are you all doing? Bitcoin is retracing back, looking to retest, but let's just look at the bigger picture for the move that we think is going to happen. So we've got the Bitcoin price here on the daily chart, and we've got global liquidity. Now this is all the central banks that print money and attract money out of the system. So this kind of, once this moves up, price moves up, but it normally does it within, say, 75 days lag. So if we put this offset into it, offset global liquidity on 75 days, look, Bitcoin tracks it, because it takes around about 2-3 months for, once the injection of liquidity comes in, it takes around about 2-3 months to show up in the Bitcoin price. I think 75 days is the best fit. So we can offset it. I showed you this yesterday. And if you look, Bitcoin there, global liquidity started coming down, but look, global liquidity started to come up. But we just haven't seen the effect yet. And basically, as soon as this starts going up, this is the end of this wedge here. So we just need to make it to the end of this wedge, and then liquidity is going to start hitting us and pushing Bitcoin up. So this to me is the final shakeout. It's really just putting the squeeze on everyone now. But if we look into Bitcoin on the daily, so I've removed the channel because I think this wedge is the most important now. Price is almost at the same price as it was here. But look at the difference in the fear. So it's good when we get a divergence. This price is going down harder than what we think it is, and the fear isn't. And as it looks right now, this is just simply, this is a trend line, 1, 2, 3, and it's touching it. This hasn't broke down, it's just a move down. It's still holding this trend line, and we've still got this red level here. What is happening is, we are getting flushed out continuously. Look guys, this is liquidations. I'll move my mouse so you guys can see it. Each one of these bars is a day. So you can see for the last 2 weeks, look at the green bars. There are green, that's long liquidations. Every single day we're not us, but the market is opening up long leverage, they're betting on the market going up with leverage. 100x leverage, 50x leverage, 25x leverage, 10x leverage. Now to work out how quick, what price needs to move from their entry point, is you just divide that, divide 100 by the leverage. So if you divide 100 by 100x leverage, it's 1%. If you divide 100 by 50x leverage, it's 2%. If you divide 100 by 25x leverage, price needs to move 4% down from your entry or you get liquidated. And moves 4 down from your entry and you will get liquidated. That's your liquidation level. So everyone is just consistently opening longs here. You see the spikes. Now this has gone down a lot from today, which is good. This is in the last 24 hours. The longs have been getting liquidated again, and we've got some spikes here around about 81,000, say to 80,000, just to clear off all the high leverage. So 81,000 is around about here, so it's almost a double bottom on that. I don't know if you guys can see that there. This wick here, it's almost a double bottom here, or just a sweep under it. And then all the liquidations should be taken for the last 24 hours. And then the shorts are built up. So let's have a look at the 7 days. So this is basically what's been happening. Look, longs, last 7 days, still 80,000, so it's probably going to come down a wee bit further. And this is what I was telling you guys yesterday, is I take my hats off to the guys that continually long there, but I don't know where they're getting the money from, because they are losing billions and billions and billions. I think it's probably up at 6 or 7 billion now. the amount of longs that have been liquidated in the last 2 weeks, because they just keep on opening them up. But eventually it'll stop. So we got all this move ahead of us. This is people betting the market's going to go down. So when price moves up, it forces them to buy, which pushes the price up further. So we're expecting a short squeeze to come up very soon. But the problem is, price isn't getting a chance to move. Because every time it goes to move up, to start the short squeeze, there's so much long leverage opened up straight away, it has to come back down. Comes back down and take it, comes back down and take it, comes back down and take it. I was even saying yesterday, I hate to say it guys, but it's probably going to come down and take it. So it's taking it again. But all we're doing, as it does this, is retesting the third trend line. That's all it is. It just feels crazy. This is what the markets do. They chew you up. Now, the next thing we need to think about. Look at the volume here. Can you guys see this? I hope you can. Do you notice anything about this volume? Look at it, compare it to everything else. The volume is absolutely buttons. This tends to happen at the weekends because the big institutions aren't in. So when the volume is low, people can manipulate the market even better, more easily. So they can push this price down with less money because there's less volume in it. And this is when you sometimes see, quite a lot of time to be fair, manipulation over the weekend. So we've got no volume backing this up. It's not like volume is spiking when these big bars are coming in. The volume is incredibly low. So no one's really selling off their spot. This is just manipulation at the weekends, I would say. I don't normally use the word manipulation. It's just taking advantage of conditions. So we've got all the liquidations on the longs. We've got the short squeeze ahead. Now if we look at the 2-week liquidation map, you can see what stands out to you. If deep purple is 0 and bright yellow is $150 million in this scale, look, $150 million kicking around here. This is just per bar. So price will not leave. It will just not go down and leave that there. It just, I've always said it's just like leaving £100 on a pub table and walking out. You just don't get, or leaving your phone on a table and walking out. You don't, you just come back and get it. Price and the market does not leave this up here. So price will be returning up here. And then just on the Friday, the ETF selling off more. So this is a good reversal indication because it's the inverse of the Bitcoin price, because this is the majority. Doesn't matter if it's ETFs or if they're self-custody or they're on exchanges. This is just how the majority is feeling. They're selling off because they've got the wee fear. So the long liquidation, the long to short ratio. Now this is only 2, 3, 4% out, but this is big for what this is. This should be 50-50, and even though it feels like it's little, this is, when it gets to levels like this is when a reversal's kind of in play because there's too many shorts to the longs. And we've got the volume decreasing. So when price is going down, when volume is decreasing, we can't trust price going up. But when volume's decreasing, when price is going down, we can't trust that either. People aren't heavily selling off. So it looks and feels worse than it is right now, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Now if you look here, it's just a simple retest, and it's liquidating everyone that likes to come along and play. But look, that green box is roughly where this liquidity is here. So when Bitcoin breaks and has to touch this 95, which it will, this will be the break of the trend. Price will move and it'll come up for this liquidity. Now, what it does from there, I'm not too sure. It might come down for a retest and then move off. It might stagger and then move off. Or if it just comes straight down and starts breaking down, we're probably in a wee bit of trouble there. But that is not my base case. This is just standard cycle price action. Now, if we take a step back as well, so we're feeling all this pressure, let's just look at the conditions of Gary Gensler's gone. We've got the so much legal like all that's gone, all the legality of all the suing, the framework, the not knowing what's going to happen, where does everyone stand, can people still build in America, that is now all gone. There is a Bitcoin reserve, there is an altcoin stockpile. So the conditions are the best they've ever been for crypto. And we've got the dollar dumping down. And we have liquidity pushing up at the point of this. So what's going to happen, in my humble opinion, I believe, there's probably going to be some more long leverage opened up, but this might chop around a wee bit, just like the global liquidity has. And it might get to a point, maybe a fake out, and then off. Because Bitcoin follows global liquidity. I'm not making that up. You just look at it. Just look at it. You can see it tracks it. Yeah? Do you agree? All the way down here. And now from here, we've got a bit of chop, which would make sense, it chops around here. You got a wee spike there, so look, if you follow it, you get a wee spike in liquidity, it might come up, and then they've got liquidity come down here, and then it goes up. So it does kind of track a spike up and a sweep down, if we're following it to the tick. And then we're moving up. But these moves in liquidity, look, the huge moves like this, the huge moves down, this is at a major pivot point of global liquidity. Look how quickly it's expanding. So when this global liquidity is taken off, we are just about to see this come through the system. Do you think all the people in the know and the media and everyone else is going to be letting them know, or they're building their positions because they know it's coming? They're building their positions. They're freaking everyone out. They're building their positions because this global liquidity is coming. And we know fine well it tracks it. So let's see how it looks as time goes on. But right now, guys, look, we're making high, high, high. We're not breaking down any structure just now. We're just in a wedge. And we'll be continuing in a wedge until it breaks out. So try not to be too worried. Now, if this somehow breaks down from here and just completely diverges from liquidity, which would be absolutely random and not the way it does, then you can start getting, okay, let's start questioning it, let's maybe look at some of our ideas, let's have a think, what could have gone wrong, what have we missed, what could we add, let's try and piece this puzzle together. But right now, we have got a lot of the pieces in place, we just need to wait to let's see how things play out. And it's during the waiting time like this, is when the market tries to really scare people out. But there's no volume coming in here to show that people in spot are offloading. This is just taking advantage of the low volume conditions. So guys, hopefully you're feeling a wee bit more reassured there. I can understand why it can be quite scary. It's you've seen these bars come down, but unless the fundamentals change or the technicals break down, we stay on the trend. And this is how we get to ride it to the top, because we stay on the trend until we get technical breakdown or something fundamentally completely changes. And until that happens, we don't worry. We just keep our eye on it every single day. So guys, if you like this, it's just clear, calm information to you guys. You can do with it what you want, but I drop these videos every single day around 8 o'clock UK time. But if you like them, please hit the subscribe button, it's much appreciated. Give us a comment, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys same time tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.